Is Charlotte Flair finally winning over the WWE Universe? Seriously, if you've been paying attention over the past year, you've seen something remarkable happen. Once one of the most rejected babyfaces in WWE history, Charlotte has somehow transformed into one of the most beloved stars almost overnight. And if you ask WWE Hall of Famer Bully Ray, the secret is actually simple. It's a lot of Bliss. That's right, Alexa Bliss. She's the reason Charlotte's rise is happening right now. And in this video, we're going to break down exactly why this tag team is working so well and why it could be one of the smartest moves WWE has made in a long time. Let's rewind a bit to understand the bigger picture. At the beginning of the year, Charlotte Flair made her big return from injury at the 2025 Royal Rumble. She won that match, earned herself a championship opportunity at WrestleMania 41, and chose to challenge the reigning women's champion, Tiffany. On paper, this should have been a perfect storyline to top-tier athletes going head-to-head at the biggest stage in wrestling. But in reality, it completely backfired. Fans were tired, flat out, tired of seeing Charlotte in the title picture. No matter how well she wrestled, no matter how polished her promos were, the audience had already tuned out the standard babyface storyline. WWE tried to tweak it, having Tiffany play a tweener role, but the reactions remained lukewarm at best. Charlotte's initial babyface run simply wasn't connecting, and the WrestleMania program, outside of one or two memorable promo moments, largely failed to ignite the crowd. Then came the twist that changed everything. Charlotte found herself in an unlikely tag team with none other than Alexa Bliss. At first glance, the pairing seemed random. Two wrestlers with very different histories and styles, teaming up to chase the women's tag team championships. But once the storyline started, something clicked. The audience started to get behind them, and by SummerSlam the team was holding the belts. The pairing didn't just make sense, it electrified the crowd. Suddenly, Charlotte wasn't just a polarizing figure anymore. She was part of something fans genuinely cared about. Bully Ray, speaking on Busted Open Radio, explained exactly why this pairing works. He said, "Charlotte has received a rub from Alexa Bliss. Basically, when you team someone with Alexa, the fans transfer their affection for her to her partner. It's almost psychological. We love Alexa, so if she's friends with Charlotte, suddenly we love Charlotte too." Bully put it bluntly. Whether fans felt Charlotte was synonymous with gold or had grown tired of seeing her in the title scene, the fanbase now sees her differently because of this association. It's a clever way to rehab a character without relying on another championship win. But there's more to it than just Alexa's influence. Charlotte is also showing a side of herself we haven't seen in a very long time. She's having fun. WWE isn't booking her as the classic white meat babyface who smiles at the crowd, gives hugs, and waves to kids. She's being allowed to be herself, to express her personality, and to genuinely enjoy her time on screen. Fans notice this, even subconsciously, and it makes her much more relatable. Pairing her with Alexa, someone who naturally exudes charisma and fan affection, amplifies this effect. Suddenly, Charlotte feels fresh, approachable, and fun, rather than overexposed and tired. Let's break down exactly what this tag team accomplishes for WWE. First, it takes Charlotte out of the immediate women's championship picture. Fans were burnt out on seeing her in title programs week after week, and the storylines weren't resonating. By moving her into a tag team role, WWE gives the audience a breather while still keeping Charlotte in a prominent position. It's strategic. Her character isn't being sidelined. She's just being repositioned in a way that's more palatable to the audience. Second, it pairs her with a universally loved babyface in Alexa Bliss. There's no debating it, Alexa Bliss is over. She has been over for years, long before her association with Bray Wyatt, long before her storylines evolved into something more supernatural and complex. Fans genuinely love her. When Alexa pairs with someone, that love often spills over, creating an automatic transfer of goodwill. That's exactly what's happening with Charlotte. Fans who might have rolled their eyes at seeing her solo are now fully invested because she's with someone they adore. Third, it allows Charlotte to showcase a fun, playful side of her personality. Gone are the rigid storylines where she's just a dominant athlete chasing gold. In this tag team, she's laughing, teasing, cutting promos with natural charm, and interacting with the audience in ways that feel genuine. That authenticity is magnetic. Fans respond to it because it feels real. It's something that the WrestleMania storyline simply didn't provide. The tag team gives her room to breathe and allows her to connect with the audience on a deeper level. Now, Bully Ray did make one claim that's worth clarifying. He suggested that Alexa Bliss's popularity is heightened because Bray Wyatt is no longer around. That, I have to say, is a bit of an oversimplification. Alexa has been a top star in WWE for a long time, before Bray Wyatt, during Bray Wyatt, and even after their storylines ended. Her overness isn't dependent on anyone else. She's charismatic, talented, and universally appealing. Yes, Bray Wyatt's storylines added intrigue at certain points, but Alexa's popularity isn't contingent on his presence. She's her own superstar, and teaming with Charlotte is just another example of how she can elevate her partners while remaining a star in her own right. The beauty of this tag team is that it rehabs Charlotte without needing a title win. Titles can help, of course, but sometimes the story matters more than the hardware. Fans are responding to the narrative, the chemistry, and the personalities involved. Charlotte doesn't need another belt to prove her worth. She needs the right story, and that's exactly what this team provides. By positioning her alongside Alexa Bliss, WWE has given Charlotte a platform to shine in ways that were impossible in the singles title scene at this moment. Let's also consider the timing. After WrestleMania, the audience was fatigued from seeing Charlotte dominate in singles competition and chase the women's championship. Moving her into the tag team division is a brilliant way to reset fan perception. It allows her to explore different dynamics, work in a lighter and more playful context, and gradually rebuild her connection with the crowd. And it's working. Fans are behind the team. They're reacting to matches and promos, and social media engagement reflects the shift. Charlotte's image has undergone a complete rehabilitation, and it's all happening without the need for a traditional title program. From a storytelling perspective, this is textbook long-term booking done right. WWE isn't just thinking about the next pay, they're thinking about narrative arcs that span months, even years. By giving Charlotte this tag team storyline, they're building a foundation for future feuds, singles runs, and high-profile matches while keeping her fan support high. The audience sees her winning, losing, having fun, and connecting with a beloved partner, all of which adds depth to her character and keeps viewers invested. Looking ahead, the tag team itself has potential to do more than just elevate Charlotte. Alexa Bliss also benefits. She gets to showcase her leadership, her in-ring skill, and her charisma while guiding Charlotte. The team dynamic allows both performers to shine, and that synergy is rare in WWE. Most tag teams feel forced or one-sided, but this one feels organic. Fans aren't just invested in the individual stars, they're invested in the team. That's the kind of story WWE has been trying to tell in the women's tag division for years. And finally, it feels like they're succeeding. Another factor is the authenticity this tag team brings. Charlotte isn't just a performer playing a role. She's genuinely enjoying herself. Alexa Bliss is naturally magnetic. Put them together, and you have chemistry that feels real on television. When fans sense genuine fun and camaraderie, they respond in a way that scripted promos alone can't achieve. That's why the team resonates so strongly and why the crowd reaction has shifted so dramatically in such a short period. Now, this doesn't mean Charlotte is suddenly untouchable. The story works precisely because it's believable. She can still lose matches, she can still face challenges, but the losses and struggles are framed within a context that makes sense. The audience sees her growing, evolving, and learning while being supported by a partner they already love. That's the kind of nuanced storytelling that keeps fans engaged week after week, rather than just relying on her star power alone. And it's important to highlight that this tag team accomplishes something that a championship alone often cannot. It humanizes Charlotte. She's no longer just the dominant, untouchable queen of WWE. She's a teammate. She's playful. She's approachable. And she's showing a personality that wasn't as visible in the singles title scene. The narrative has shifted from "we've seen her too much" to "we can't wait to see what she does next." That's a remarkable turnaround in fan perception, and it's being done with a combination of clever storytelling and strategic pairing. In conclusion, the Charlotte Flair and Alexa Bliss tag team is more than just a convenient storyline. It's a masterclass in character rehabilitation and audience engagement.